Hi, and welcome to another edition of Larry's First Impression Beer Reviews. Today I have quite a treat for myself. One of my favorite breweries here in West Michigan, Stout Brewing Company, one of their flagship beers is their Neapolitan Milk Stout. So Neapolitan, in my view, has always been the ice cream, right? Neapolitan ice cream. Chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Boom, boom, boom. So let's see whether or not this beer taste profile matches what they've got going on in their name. I think ice cream, but that's just because what pops in my mind first. But here's the treat part of it. Okay, not ice cream is cool, and that's a treat. But here is the treat for the beer review. I want to check out its bourbon barrel aged cousin. So we're going to try the Neapolitan Stout first. And I'm going to do like normal. I'm going to pour it in a glass. I'm going to smell the bottle, smell how it smells after it's been in the bottle, or excuse me, in the glass. Check out the head, check out the flavor, and give you my first impressions about this beer. Then, here comes the good part. I'm going to crack the second one and see whether or not aging this in bourbon barrels gives it any extra unique flavor profiles. I'm sure that it will. But is it going to complement it? Is it going to make it that much better for what you're going to pay for the price? I got this one for just under $2, and this one goes for a 4-pack of like for $15.99. So it's like twice the price. So let's see whether or not aging this stuff in bourbon barrels, obviously going to be more labor intensive, plus expensive, the barrels and all that stuff that goes with it. So I can see why I want to charge more. Let's see what it really adds to it. Okay, so let's get right into it. So I've got a couple of tulip glasses that I'll use today, and we'll just start with the Neapolitan Stout. So 6%. It's got just a little bit of a hiss. It's got its typical little S for Stout Brewing Company. It's pink. When I first bought the bottle, I thought maybe it was because it was for November and for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it is not. They tell me it is for just the Neapolitan. Okay, so strawberry, chocolate, and a nice malty smell. So I didn't really expect to pick up on the strawberry on it, just sniffing it. Hopefully it comes through, because quite frankly that's my favorite part of the Neapolitan ice cream. The smells are still there, but they're more blended than what I got off in the bottle. So not much of a head there. There's a little bit of lacing on it. It's definitely a nice dark beer. You can see some of that lacing coming up on the side of the bottle there. So, all right. So, first impressions. Let's dive right in here. That actually is pretty good. I'm surprised that it has almost an ice creamy kind of mouthfeel to it. It almost feels like you just had some ice cream. The strawberry is subdued, but it's there, and that's actually delicious. I'm pleasantly surprised. Stout Brewing Company, that's good stuff. So let's see whether or not aging it in bourbon barrels puts it over the top. So this one is 10.5%. It as well has a pink S on it for the sock duck. Well, this one's actually got something with some writing inside of it. So this cap says Here's to hoppy. The first one, nothing. So, just a little bit extra fun under the cap. So I kind of appreciate that little attention to detail. All right, so let's get a clean glass. Let's give it a smell. Definitely a different smell. It's not as bourbon barrel-y as some other stuff that when you first smell it, you're like, oh, there's a bourbon barrel. I get more kind of a oak sort of smell, and it's almost kind of like maybe even licorice-y. So that's kind of unique. I didn't expect that. I expected the bourbon to kind of just like be real prominent and just knock your socks off. Okay, so let's give it a pour. Again, a very nice dark beer. Let's get those both in frame here a minute. Again, another nice dark beer. This one seems to have just a little bit more effervescence, a little bit more of a thin head that's kind of dissipating away, mostly sticking to the edge of the glass while the center of it kind of dissipates. Definitely a little bit more effervescence in it. You can see little bubbles in the bottom. So let's see if it smells different than the bottle. No, exactly the same as out of the bottle. Yeah, there's no difference in the smells between the bottle and what you got in the glass. So that's kind of cool. Sometimes there's two different smells after it's been agitated, you pour it in a glass bottle. All right, so I'm ready to give this one a taste. Cheers. There's the booze. There's the bourbon barrel in there. I dare to say that bourbon barrel flavor is top notch. It's not boozy. I don't get any of that sort of boozy going on down. It sort of comes up in like a crescendo, like it's like, oh, here comes that bourbon flavor, and then it kind of just sort of slowly, never really kind of hits a big pop. So that's kind of cool. I mentioned earlier that I smelled like a little bit of licorice. So definitely getting that on the really back side, that oaky sort of licoricey flavor. So it's got lots of different sort of waves of flavor. I'm going to go back and see if I can get that profile again. So the first one I had was definitely bourbon barrel, and that it wasn't sort of like here it comes, and then it sort of just never met that crescendo like, oh my gosh, it's overpowering. It's sort of mellowed right out, smoothed right out, didn't burn while it was going down. So, and then I was searching for the flavors for like the strawberry or the vanilla, and got kind of licorice. So here we go. Cheers. The effervescence really helps with the flavors. I would say that the first sip is exactly as I experienced the first time. I was expecting it the first time to kind of be really boozy, kind of rise up, and like, oh, here comes the bourbon barrel, and then mellow out and sort of slowly linger away. I miss the little bit of the strawberry that I got with the first one. But this one definitely complements the flavors in a way like black licorice. So, my first impressions would be, if you like the mouthfeel of like an ice cream with a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of strawberry, the Neapolitan Stout would be for you. If you want to complement that with some higher octane bourbon flavors, if you like that bourbon barrel aged genre, this one, it will be really unique for you if you have the same experience that I have. And then if you like black licorice, I think that you'll enjoy this. I don't know how to describe it other than black licorice. So it's definitely dark and rich, and I'm curious whether or not anybody else can get, black licorice out of that, but I do. So anyway, there you are, side by side, Neapolitan Milk Stout, Neapolitan Milk Stout Bourbon Barrel Aged version. I'm Larry. This has been Larry's First Impressions Beer Reviews, and I hope that you try some Saugatuck beers. I think they make some really good stuff. I hope to do more here in my review channel. So, yeah, get yourself a couple bottles. Here's the Saugatuck.